I have lightnings under my skin and thunders in my chest, and I don't know how much longer I can pretend to be weatherless. Volcanoes don't erupt politely. Storms don't apologize for their thunder. Rivers don't ask permission to flood. Seeds don't break softly through their shells. Why should you?
In a world that prizes stoicism and resilience, the act of fully expressing emotion, of crying, shouting, laughing with abandon, has become strangely radical. Picture two people watching their house burn down. One screams, collapses to their knees, tears streaming down their face as they howl at the cosmos. The other stands perfectly still, hands clasped behind their back, face as immobile as a chess piece. Which one is handling it better? Plot twist, they're the same person, 6 months apart. We're walking contradictions, aren't we? Evolution gifted us with the capacity for both primal screams and philosophical dissertations. It's like being handed both a flamethrower and a fire extinguisher at birth, with the manual written in hieroglyphics. The Stoic says, "Control your emotions." The emoter responds, "Control this." The universe watches eating popcorn. Here's something we don't talk about. Stoicism can be its own form of violence. When we build walls to contain our emotions, we're essentially constructing a prison cell inside our hearts. Sure, it's a beautifully designed prison with excellent feng shui, but it's still a prison. Meanwhile, the emotional tsunami that we're so afraid of, it's just life trying to happen. Consider this. What if emotional outbursts are actually a form of intelligence we haven't properly categorized yet? Like how jazz seemed like noise until we developed the musical vocabulary to understand it. Your colleague who cried during the budget meeting might actually be performing an elaborate public service. They're expressing the collective frustration that everyone else is bottling up behind their professional smiles and color-coded spreadsheets. Here's where it gets interesting. What if we're asking the wrong question? Instead of, should I be stoic or emotional? What if we asked, what if both approaches are tools in our human toolkit? Sometimes you need a sledgehammer, emotional outburst. Sometimes you need a scalpel, stoic reflection. Sometimes you need to throw both tools away and just dance. One, when the urge to scream arises, ask yourself, does this moment deserve my raw humanity? 2. When the impulse to suppress emerges, question, am I being strong or am I being afraid? 3. Consider maintaining an emotional casino, where you bet on which response will serve you better in each situation. Warning, the house always wins and the house is your authentic self. Perhaps the most radical act is to stop categorizing our emotional responses altogether. Maybe true wisdom lies in allowing ourselves to be as contradictory as reality itself. Sometimes a volcano, sometimes a mountain, always authentically ourselves. After all, both the screamer and the stoic end up in the same place, moving forward one way or another. The only real failure is believing we must be only one or the other. Remember, the ocean contains both still depths and raging surfaces. Why shouldn't we?